Welcome to Lesson 10, the one that separates hobby code from production code. Here's the truth. Untested code is just an opinion. Over the next few slides, we're building your pytest toolkit, assert-based tests, parameterize, fixtures, mocking, and coverage. By the end, you ship with confidence, because a green test suite is the only proof that matters. So here's the roadmap. 4 skills. In order. First, pytest basics. Plain assert, a tests folder, and you're running. Second, parameterize. 1 test, many input-output pairs, no copy-paste. Third, fixtures. Shared setup the DRI way. And fourth, mocking with monkeypatch, plus coverage to hunt down untested lines. Master these 4, and every PR ships signed off by your test suite. Let's start with skill 1. Install pytest, drop your tests in a tests folder, name files test_something.py. That's the convention, and pytest auto-discovers it. No test case classes, no assert equal ceremony, just functions that use plain assert. For exceptions, wrap the call in pytest.raises. Run pytest-v, watch the past lines roll in. This is the senior default. Now skill 2. Stop copy-pasting test functions. If you're writing test add positives, test add negatives, test add 0, stop. That's the beginner pattern. The senior move is parameterize. 1 test function, a table of input-output tuples, and pytest runs each row as its own case. Same coverage, 1/4 the code, and when something breaks, you see exactly which row failed. Table-driven testing. Make it a reflex. Skill 3. Fixtures. This is pytest's killer feature. Decorate a function with a pytest.fixture, and any test that needs that value just declares it as a parameter. Pytest wires it in. 1 sample user, reused across every test that needs it. And with yield, you get teardown for free. Build a temp file, hand it to the test, clean it up after. Shared setup, automatic cleanup, 0 boilerplate. Skill 4. Mocking. Real APIs, real databases, real file systems make tests slow and flaky, so you replace them with fakes. Use monkeypatch for environment variables and module-level functions. It auto-restores after the test, no cleanup needed. For richer assertions, was this called? With what arguments, how many times, reach for unittest.mock. Mock the world, test in isolation, ship with confidence. Skill 5. Coverage. Install pytest-cov, run with cov and term missing, and the report tells you exactly which lines your tests never touched. Don't chase 100%, chase the missing column. Those untested branches are where the bugs hide. Senior bar is around 80% on critical paths, and running cov on every PR is the free quality gate juniors skip. Now the senior toolkit. 6 reflexes you'll use every single day. Run pytest-v-x for verbose output that fails fast. Structure every test as arrange act assert. Use parameterize for table-driven cases instead of copy-pasting. Lean on temp per path for any file I/O. Name tests test, what when so future you knows exactly what broke, and mock at the boundary. External APIs, databases, file systems, never your own functions, because that just tests the mock. Here's the whole lesson on 1 page. 12 patterns, the daily Python testing kit. Install, discovery, naming. Plain asserts, expected errors, parameterize. Fixtures for setup, temp, path, and monkeypatch for the messy stuff, mock for the boundaries. Verbose runs, coverage reports, and AAA structure. Screenshot this slide. Pin it next to your editor. This is the muscle memory of a senior Python developer. Now the anti-patterns. 5 mistakes that turn your safety net into noise. Tests that share state and break in random order. Mocking your own code, so you're really just testing the mock. Tests with no assertions, that pass no matter what. time-dependent tests that flake on Tuesdays, and chasing coverage as the only metric because 100% of nothing tested is still nothing tested. Recognize these, kill them on sight. Time to put hands on keys. 3 exercises escalating. First, write a passing test for a trivial add function, positive, edge, error, 3 tests in 2 minutes. Second, parameterize 5 email parsing cases in a single test so each shows up separately in the output. Third, the real deal, a getConfig function tested with monkeypatch.setNV and TMPR path, exercising real I/O with 0 cleanup on your part. Finish these and you write tests as you write code. And that's lesson 10 in the books. PyTest, parameterize, fixtures, mocking, coverage, the full testing toolkit locked in. Your tests are green, which means your code is shippable. Next up, type hints and tooling. MyP, rough, black, pre-commit, the layer that catches bugs before tests even run. That's the pro tool chain. See you in lesson 11.